Hello everybody, welcome to another episode on my channel, Gordon Zola. Thank you for being here. Today I am just walking around in a few little spots down here in Springfield. I'm going to go around the Millrace, kind of a historic thing for us in Springfield. It powered a lot of industry here when Springfield was just beginning. So on top of that, I thought I might do a little, tell you a little bit about myself and how I got here and what I hope to accomplish. And we'll do it while we're walking along and checking out some of these sites. So come with me and let's go have fun. All right, here we go. So I apologize right away for the traffic. There's going to be some traffic and it can't be helped, but I'm going to try to minimize it. So this was once the train depot. They have a train car here that's really neat. I think they just use it for storage right now. But it's part of what is now the Chamber of Commerce and used to be the train station. I'll show a little bit more of that. And you see that plaque card. It says, this card donated by friends and family in memory of Alvin C. Reed. I'm not sure who that is, but I'm sure he had something to do with the history of this car and or station. So by the way, one of my favorite buildings, this is actually someone's house. I'm not going to reveal their address, but just the building and the building site is fascinating to me. So I wanted to recognize a unique structure. All right, so here it is, and it got moved over. If you looked at one of my last videos where I walked down and look at the Springfield power generation station, I spoke a little bit about this building, and this is now the Chamber of Commerce, but it was the train depot. They moved it from down there about 2 blocks away, right here. And this is on a little park here. And it's nice, it's usually quite green. You know, this is end of summer, so you can imagine it's, dry. I mean, dry. Look at those molehills. But this is one of my favorite things, is the arbor, or the arboretum, or I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's just the grapevines. And I don't know when they built this, probably when they moved the station here somewhere around 1980 or early 80s, but oh my God. This is right here in Springfield. And you see a lot of bikes go by too, because the bike path is right down that hill where that van is coming up. But I mean, this is a well-established arbor. And if you go down here to the end, it has a lot of the history on a placard about the Millrace. Here's one sign. It's really hard to see right now, that picture, but you can read a little bit about Elias and Mary Briggs. And the river used to flood every couple of years, if not every year. So it would always change, and as with any river, it changes every year. So this is a neat sign. It's kind of hard to see, but this is a bigger one. And this shows the actual map. It's amazing. So the Millrace is right here. This is that pond that I was showing you the other day that they made into the park and the walking path that goes through. But it comes in up here. Or no, excuse me, it exits. It comes in down here and up it goes. And this is where we are, kind of right here. This shows a picture. I think this is where we're gonna go look. I'm gonna go walk down to the edge here in just a second here, but again, I know this is really hard to see, but it's well faded. There used to be a trolley car here too. And I'll show you part of the trolley trestle that still remains. It's just a block. And then here's a good picture of the train station again. Springfield's historic train depot in the early 1920s, it says. So that's at the original spot down there, just past 5th Street. All right. Oh, I just love this. The unfortunate thing is sometimes we get bums that come through here. And I don't mean homeless people, I mean bums. And they just kind of take over. So this used to be a great little dock that you can walk all the way out there so you could see the mill race, so that you could see all the wildlife. There's so many birds, there's so many things down there, there's so many plants. And you know, unfortunately the few fuck it up for the many, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, I can still come out here and enjoy this nature, and that's what I love. You know, you gotta look for the silver lining, right? All right, let's walk down here a little further. And again, I'm still in this park. This is Mill Street. I don't know if you can see that over there. There's another stop sign over there. You can see the cars going by. And so this is just right here in South A Street between Mill and South 2nd. But it's just a really neat little area. And it's right here. You know how many cars drive past this and never realize what's right here? See, this is some of the falls that we were looking at in that picture. Oh, yes. You can listen to that sound all day long. You can see back there just a little bit, like right there. There's another little piece. And in the wintertime, this gets so lush. And it's just really amazing. I have a funny story though coming up over here. I guess it was about 10 years ago. I was out walking, and I was brisk walking, and it was kind of wet outside. And I hit this, there's some wooden stairs right here. I hit that first wooden stair, and I fucking flew all the way down on my ass to that fucking bottom gravel pit. Surprised the shit out of me. All right, let's have a look and a listen. Oh my gosh. This is right here. This is free. This does not cost any money to come see this and come enjoy it. God, I could imagine myself out on that little island right there, just with a little bit of sun hitting me, sitting there on a blanket, bottle of champagne, charcuterie board. Oh my gosh, that would be great. Listening to this sound. You don't even need music when you hear this. You don't need any other sound around you except nature. Fantastic. All right, so I don't know what this is. I think this might have been put in the 80s when the rest of it was. But it's a nice little area to sit. Again, it gets corrupted sometimes because it's out of the way. And, you know, people that don't want to be seen like places that are out of the way. So right now, this building, there's a business there, so I'm not going to disturb them. I am going to look down here further though. Whoa. Gosh, look at that. Oh my God. This is amazing. It's shallow too. It's not, but probably a foot deep. You know, maybe a little more in some places, but especially right down here, it's much less. But man, that is untouched for such a long time by man, because no one ever goes down here. And so it's just, this is pure nature. I love this so much. All right. I want to see if we can see these falls from the other angle. I think this tree might, oh, you know what? I am dead wrong. There's a guy down there right now. I had no idea. Oh, he might be a shithead. Yeah, I think that's someone I was talking about earlier. Anyway. Oh, you can't really see it that well. It's kind of obscured by the tree, but that's all right. We're gonna go down to the park. And they have the Pioneer statue right over there. I'll see if I can get him right. Yep, on a horse. You can barely see him right there. White statue. Really neat, but. So this goes down to a parking lot in Day Island Park. And, or Island Park. I've heard it called Day Island Park, but I'm looking at a sign right here that just says Island Park. So, in the back here, oh, I love that. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. That is fantastic. So where that quote is written, and you can see there's an eye chart over there that I don't know what that's for. They have, it's painted now like the forest, which is amazing. That is a trolley abutment that went over the river right here. These two bridges are fairly modern, especially this one on this side. This is the most modern. But here's another shot of the back of the abutment. So that's history, Springfield history for a long time. Just lurking here in the woods. And again, that bridge going across. The other one, that steel bridge, is one of my favorites. True favorite. So we'll walk down here. This is a boat launch. Has a little beach as well. That goes to Day Island Park. Parking lot. This is the far side of it. This is the south side of the park. It goes much more extensively in there. They have festivals in there. They have bands that play in there. They had Journey play in there, if you can believe that. Eddie Money. So this is a boat launch. In fact, I did a float recently that this is where we put out, which is fantastic because I live just up the hill, and it worked out very well. But I got too close to a duck and it became angry with me though. All right, you can see the train bridge there. Oh, it's just, if you could turn off the noise of the traffic, and you know, sometimes you can, like if there's a duck game, there's no traffic in town. On early Sunday mornings, early Saturday and Sunday mornings, there's very, very little traffic. And you can come out here and enjoy this. And right now it's kind of overcast, but it's still beautiful. I mean, we do have a lot of overcast weather here in Oregon. That's why the sunshine is so valuable, but that's why we live in such a green environment. And then there's a little beach over here too. You can go down to, and I think actually I should cover, see if I can get down here or have a look at it at least. I believe, yeah, I'm going down here. This is where the Millrace ends, where it rejoins the river. And it's still only a couple of feet deep here. And you can't really see, probably most of the current is underneath the surface, obviously, but this almost reminds me of like a mangrove or something. You know, there's just so much stuff here. This giant tree that's just looming out over. It's just amazing. I swear you wouldn't know. You know, if you could eliminate the noise, you would think that you were deep in the woods. And believe it or not, there's a Eugene Springfield anomaly. It's hard to see. You can see them flopping around. That is a seagull. You might ask, why is a seagull in Eugene when there's no salt water around? Well, he came from the coast. They like it here. You see them every now and then, but usually not too much, and usually not too many. So maybe this guy just knows a good vacation spot when he sees one. Looking down the river, you can see the houses there. I mean, what a spot. You know? Amazing. All right. You see people coming in here with trailers. They're getting ready, dropping off their rigs so that they can float down the river. Beautiful. All right, let me try to find something else. I'll walk further in. All right, so I walked down to Island Park, 1958 it says since it's been here. And they have one of the things that I love, because I'm a bicycle rider. They have an extensive bicycle path system here. See how much quieter it just got? Oh, wow. God, you can actually hear the water. Yes, they have an extensive bicycle path. So this is, it looks like the Millrace, but it's not. It's actually just, I think they would call it a rivulet. It's carved a little path around this little, separated this little island here. But you can actually walk across there and go up onto that island, and you could get back out into the main channel of the river. But amazing, amazing stuff. They have a lot of stuff here. They have, you know, you can bring your kids down here. It's amazingly empty right now, which I love. I'm still gonna stay to the right on this path though, in case somebody rides by, you know, courtesy and such. But anyway, this seems like a good place while we're just walking along here to, I guess, give a little background. You know, I grew up in Los Angeles and I joined the Navy. I was in the Navy for 10 years as a nuclear components welder. I worked in aerospace after that. And then when I moved up here to Oregon, the welding thing wasn't a big thing. They didn't really like to hire actual technically trained welders. They wanted people who knew how to pull a trigger on a MIG gun, and they could just teach just about anybody to do that. So went back to school, got my bachelor's degree in product design, and it's just been, you know, the last few jobs that I've had in that field, you know, it seems like it's very dissatisfying because it's not, God, how do I explain? It's just, they want much more than anybody can provide. And when you have the wealth of experience that I have, I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying I've done a lot of stuff. They think that you have a magic wand, and so it becomes extremely, extremely stressful. And I just couldn't take it, you know, and I'm at a place in my life where I can quit, you know, not for because I think I'm rich. I'm certainly not. But for mental health reasons, let's just say that. Otherwise, I'm gonna cut someone's fucking head off, I swear. So this is what got me here. You know, I got laid off during the pandemic, and I went back and I worked a couple of really terrible jobs with terrible bosses, and just decided I didn't need that, so I did quit. And then after sitting and watching, you know, especially during the pandemic, and during that time also here in Oregon, there was massive fires here. You couldn't see 30 feet ahead. That's how much smoke there was in this little valley here. So I watched a lot of YouTube. I watched people like Adam the Woo, Justin Scarred, Random Land, if you don't know that. I've since discovered others on there, but you know, something that a lot of what they did is they walked and talked and traveled and saw interesting things. And especially when you're locked indoors like that, it is a welcome relief. And so I just thought maybe I can make my mark. I certainly have a lot of stories to tell. Like I said, I was in the Navy. As you've heard, I do cuss sometimes. You know, I have pretty colorful language. You know, if that's not for you, I understand. But, you know, this is the one place that I can be myself, and I don't have to answer to anyone else, really. I can just put this stuff out there, and if you like it, that's great. And if you want to see more, that's great. That's even greater. So that's what got me here. Sorry for the lengthy ear pull. Oh, here's a goose. Hi, goose. Usually there is a million geese. And if you don't know about geese, they take massive shits. Massive, greasy fucking shits. And if you hit one of those on your bicycle, you might go down. At the very worst, the very best, you're gonna get splattered in goose shit. Hi, goose. I want to see what's down here. That looks like there's a little island here. I'll walk around the goose here. He's not bothered. He's still eating grass. So many people come down here and walk by here and ride their bikes by here. They're so tame. I mean, I would never try to pet one. Certainly. Wow. I have never been down here before. I'm going to tell my daughter about this. Her and her boyfriend like to just come get away sometimes. Oh my gosh. So you can see, that's how close I am to the road. It's so quiet. I don't know if you've ever floated the river, but that's one of the best things about floating is it gets so quiet. And in this world of noise, everywhere, noise and static, and you know, everything is in our face. Ooh, more geese. It's nice to just get out into the quiet. I wonder what this concrete slab is from. I always think that. I mean, there's other evidence of some concrete here, but I wonder what it actually was. I don't know. Yeah. All right, I'm leaving. Let's go look at these signs up here. They've been, over the past, 5-7+ years, they've been putting a lot of signs in. And it's, yeah, I gotta watch out because there's goose shit in the grass. People to face them. But they've been pretty good on replacing them. So this says, you know, what to do, what not to do. Don't feed them. Don't give them popcorn. Don't give them human food. And this one is in Spanish. Wonderful. Ooh, los gansos. Mantenga. Los gansos. Wow. I haven't brushed up on the Spanish in some time. All right. Another look back out here. I kind of want to walk on the grass, but I'm a little afraid of getting goose crap stepping in it. You know what I mean? So, let me quickly walk over here. So this is the bandstand coming up. And it's a very, very, shallow amphitheater, but usually people come here and they put their chairs out. And if it's a big band, it'll be filled. All this grass all around here, and probably this path too, will be filled with spectators. Oh God, this is my church. This is my cathedral. Look at this. My son played in the Springfield High School band, and they had a concert here one year. It was really cool. Sorry, I got cottonmouth really bad right now. But yeah, the bandstand, there's a little, you can't really see it. I'll try to hold the camera. No. There's in the concrete area, it has that strip of sidewalk that goes around, but there's also a large concrete laydown area right behind it that goes back. But look at this freaking tree, man. Oh my God. It is at the base 7 feet across in diameter. This is, you know how long it takes to grow a tree like that? A long fucking time. Oh my God, look at that one. Oh shit. Look at that thing. All right, I wanted to show this real quick because as I was walking by, I just noticed how beautiful and lush this is. I mean, this is, I know that it was landscaped. I'm not saying that, nature did all this on its own, but I still love it. So many different textures, so many different colors. It means a lot to me. It means a lot. I think it should mean a lot to everyone, but that's just me. This is the other side. It's kind of, I don't want to say muddy, but damp. I don't want to disturb the soil too much. But this is the top side of that. So it comes up to this little knoll with these trees. And I mean, on a hot day, if you needed a little relief, this would be a great place to sit because the breeze blows through here pretty well. Oh, I see a squirrel down there. Secret agent squirrel, that is. Yeah, I like squirrels. Beauty. Let's walk down and view the wood railing and wrap this thing up, I guess, huh? Again, this is Island Park. All the signage I've seen says Island, but if you talk to some of the old timers around here, they call it Day Island. So, I just stepped on something soft. I hope it was a mound, a mole mound. So this is the other side. This is on the east side of the park. And it has this little area. Again, this is not the Millrace. This is just a small rivulet that has carved its way in. But you can see the ducks. That duck that was probably pissed off at me is in there. I bet. It's looking for me. Yeah, so it looks like a little deck. I bet there's a lot of nutria around here too. Beauty. All right. I think I will close it with a walk. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful video. I hope it's a wonderful video. Ooh, hang on. Hold on. What are these? Oh, outstanding contributions to the parks. Recognition. Beautifully landscaped. That looks like a, it might be a plum tree. Oh yeah, look. There we go. Can you see those? I don't know what that is. There's some other ones over here that are turning red. Here's a good shot of one that's turning red. Focus, baby. Come on, there you go. It's crazy looking, huh? Anyway, like I said, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. I would invite you to subscribe to my channel. I would sincerely love it. If you can help support the channel in any way, I would really love that, because it makes it easy for me to go and do more things outside of Springfield. I mean, I'm having a great time right now doing things in Springfield because nobody ever does anything on Springfield. Springfield has a rich history, and I'm going to try to record as much of it as I can as we go through this. As it gets more and more rainy, like I said, I'm going to venture off into other types of videos. But as long as it's nice outside, I'm going to keep getting out here, and I'm going to keep recording. And I thank you for coming along with me. And as always, have a great day.